Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is happening? Welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start an online side gig and use social media to grow it. So drop the word me in the comments if that is you and you like to start a side gig online. Let's go. And I'll get back with you after this live. Carolyn, how are you? Vicky, what is going on? Vivis, what's happening? Hola, hola. Stephanie. So, you guys, TikTok is going to get banned in US. That is very likely to happen in the next 5-6 days. So if you like my content, you like to stay in touch, go ahead and follow me on other channels: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Threads. I go with Side Gig Sean. If you're really cool, I may have already reached out and given you my other contact info, like my cell phone number, even. And if I haven't reached out to you yet, don't think you're not cool yet. You may be in the cool list, but I'm getting down to all the followers. So it is what it is. It is what's happening. Now, I don't know. I think CapCut is going to get banned too, which sucks because I use CapCut all the time for my video editing stuff. What's happening? Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you are close to the fires, or if you have been affected by the fires, or your family's been affected by the fires in California, my prayers, my heart goes out to you. It's truthfully devastating just to it's just so hard. It's just it's very, very tough to watch this. So I myself, I'm from Southern California. Looks like we got somebody else. Web Money Ocholoca is also from Southern California. Man, you guys' names are hilarious. Was I Kenneth Jones? The Kenneth Jones? What? What is happening, Robbie? What's going on? All right, let's get into tonight because my other channels are like, what the heck is going on with Sean? If you're not following me, hit that follow, even though it's going to be for a few days. And on TikTok, you can follow me on my other channels. Like I said, I go with Side Gig Sean. Let's go. All right, tonight, I want to talk to you about no matter if you're wealthy, no matter if you're rich, no matter if you're poor, no matter if you're breaking even, no matter if you're struggling, it does not matter. I can almost guarantee that you are flexing your money at the wrong people and at the wrong places. And I'm going to give you an example for this. Give you a little story. Story goes, a guy is walking by a street vendor, if you would, and he sees a guy who is selling eggs. So he asks the guy how much for the eggs, and he says 50 cents per egg, which is a really good deal right now. And he says, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll buy 5 of them for $2 or I'm out. Travis, what's up? Thank you for the follow. I'll follow back, bro. Goes, I'll pay $2 for 6 of them, or I'm just gonna walk. And the guy goes, you know what? You're my first customer of the day. I could use the cash. Got to feed the family. So sure, why not? He gives him 6 for a price of $2. Later that day, that guy goes out to lunch with his friends to a very fancy, schmancy restaurant, a really nice steakhouse. because I like steak. For you vegans, a really nice broccoli house. Is that right? I mean, I don't know what to say. So a really nice steakhouse, and him and his friends are just eating and enjoying their lunch, and the bill comes out to about $150, where the guy leaves a $200 cash. When the waiter comes back, the owner and everybody's like know him, and they say hi to him when he comes in, and when the waiter comes back to collect the money, he says, "You know what? Keep the change. Keep the change of $50." Now, that story may be, oh, okay, whatever. So he could do it. He just paid $50 for tips. Yeah. So my question to you is, why is it that we would show our power or flex with the poor, but we're generous with people who may not even need our generosity? Have you ever noticed that you would negotiate the price with a street vendor or somebody who's a mom and pop shop, is just one store? Thank you for the gift. Chase, my man, was good. You have you ever noticed that you find yourself negotiating more with somebody who's got a mom and pop store? It's just really just a one man show, one woman show. It's a really small, local thing, or maybe a street vendor, if you would. Have you noticed that you start negotiating with those people more versus people of a brand? Let's say you go to Versace. Let's say you go to Louis Vuitton. Let's say you go to Chanel. Do you start negotiating the price, or do you just say, I want that one and pay full price? I find this story so powerful, because it is, one is because it's just got such a great message in there, but two is because it's absolutely reality. It's real. That's how it is. We flex in front of the poor a lot more than we flex in front of the rich. In fact, in front of the rich, we want to show we're richer than we really are. There's another story of a guy that was known to go to street vendors and local mom and pop shops, and just like small shops, and he would pay not only full price, but he would ask them, he would actually pay more than what they were asking for. And his kids, he had two sons, and his two sons didn't really understand what the heck why is dad doing this? Like, why is dad overpaying the price of what they're asking for? Like, that's ridiculous. So the dad finds out, and he turns around and he tells the kids, the reason why I pay more than what they're asking for is because I call it, are you ready for this? This is going to knock your socks off. Charity wrapped in dignity. I love that. I love that. Charity wrapped in dignity. Imagine if you started not flexing your wallet in front of the needy, in front of those who actually could use your help more. Instead of negotiating, I'm not saying pay overprice, but pay full price. I myself, I have been known to negotiate the crap out of everything. I am a negotiator by, I don't know, by trade, not trade, by I don't know, person. I don't know what to say. I'm just by heart. I'm a negotiator at heart. I just I sometimes enjoy that, right? But when I heard this story, I totally rethought my stuff. By the way, this wasn't the first time I rethought my thing. I used to think, you know what, if you have a friend who's in a business, if you have a friend who's got a restaurant, let's say, or what have you, they're obligated to, like spot you free food or give you free products, or if I got a few friends who are in the music industry, and back in the day, they would have CDs, right? So I was always thinking they're going to give me some free CDs, like what's going on, right? And even though I always got those, it wasn't because I asked for them. It was never because I went up to somebody and said, "Can I have a free CD?" I never have done that. But even though I got those, it made me feel really good. Obviously, I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I got the freshest, hottest CD," or what have you. But now when I got into this network marketing space and personal development and reading books and trying to like kind of figure things out more and have more principles for my life and like standards, I call them MVPs, your morals, your values, and your principles, I realized I've been doing it all wrong. I've been flexing at the wrong people. I've been negotiating with the wrong people. Most of them I should not have been negotiated. Most of them I should not have got the deals I got from. But, I can never go back and redo them. But now you don't find me negotiating a price. Rarely. I just pay it. Now, that doesn't mean I don't look for sales. I don't look for deals. I don't look for ways to save. That's not the thing. But I recognize where I need to flex and where I need not to flex, where I need to negotiate and where I would need to support the person. When somebody puts out a book, this has happened so many times now that I'm in this space. When somebody puts out a book, most people immediately say, "Oh, can I have a free one?" Why? So you can just have it on the shelf and not ever read it? What's the point? You know you're not going to read it. So why not support the person and actually buy the book? So like what, 10, 15 bucks, 20 bucks? Support the person. Support instead of taking, giving. Sometimes, like I said, we flex at the wrong places. We're willing to spend the dollars on, the watches, the cars, the purses, the makeup, the house. And then when it comes to this stuff, we love to negotiate that $2. Makes no sense. To me, it makes zero sense anymore. Like literally it doesn't make any, like I question myself, like, how did I do that before? Like, what was my thoughts? What were my thoughts? Like, what was going on in my head? Flexing in the wrong places. If somebody just put out their new CD, their new music, and they're offering a download for like $5, why would you ask for a free one when you can support that person with $5? Wouldn't you want that for you if you put out a new book or you put out new music or new course? Wouldn't you want people to say, "Hey, I'll support you. I'll pay the $15, buy your book"? Wouldn't you want that? I know you would. You would be tired of the people that would come up to you and say, "Hey, can I have a free one?" If you were in a business, a network marketing business, and you were selling products, and your company doesn't really do samples, like I always say, I'm against the whole sample thing in direct sales and network marketing. Only like 1% of things really make sense to sample. Other things, to me, it doesn't make sense. Buy it, you don't care for it, send it back, return it. I mean, that's my sampling. If somebody asks me, and they have, and I'll tell you a story. I think I shared this story a long time ago. I used to be in a different company, and they did energy drink. One of the things they had, it was a healthy, and I still drink the drink because I love that drink, healthy energy drink, right? And I remember I used to have some cold ones in the car, and I was with my upline or friend or what have you. We're in the car and we're just out and about, and then we had a cooler, right? We're just walking around, and it wasn't like we went out to sample people. It wasn't like that. But we're talking. We run into this guy. We're chatting, and I said, hey, this is what we do, kind of thing. And he goes, hey, do you have one that I can try? And I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a cold one. So I pull out one and I give him one, and then he puts it in his pocket. Like he's like, pocket. And then we're just talking for a couple more minutes, but all I can see is the tip of my drink, the can sticking out of his pocket. So I said to him, I said, hey man, are you gonna drink that? And he said, yeah, maybe later. And I said, oh, okay. So I grabbed it out of his pocket and I took it from him. And he said, what are you doing? And I said, I don't give out samples like that, bro. I just don't. Either you drink it right now or you don't. My friend was just like, what? What? I'm like, you think this guy is going to give me his information for me to follow up with him? If he doesn't drink it right now in front of me, it's gone. And I don't want to give him a $3 can just because. So ever since then, I just don't like to sample. I mean, there are products in my company I can sample. I just don't. When they ask me, I go, listen, this is not for you. I'm not a Chinese fast food place where I got a toothpick sticking out of everything for you come and try things. It's not my thing. I don't flex like that. Can I sample a collagen shot to somebody? Yeah. What the heck are you gonna what are you expecting to get from a sample? Like, are you expecting to grow hair with my little shot of collagen? You're like, oh my God, this was amazing. I grew 3 inches of hair. I'm going to buy it. Like, how ridiculous does that sound? Or toothpaste, or mouth rinse, or detergent. You're going to try it one time and you're going to say, oh my God, this was amazing. If you can, don't sample. Don't take samples from people. You know why? Because those big businesses that you take a sample from, and you don't even have an intention, even an ounce of intention. I'm gonna call it out. That's how. Listen, if you ever want to do business with me, put your seatbelt on because I am straight up. I call it. I'm just not shy about that anymore. Call it out, right? When you have zero intention of buying, okay, and some of you, I'm gonna even go there because some of you will watch the replay and this will hit you because some of you this is for you, right? Some of you sample, right? Take a sample from somebody. You have no intention of buying. You may even have an intention of switching them to your own company or your own brand. And you even go out there, call yourself a Christian. You should be ashamed of yourself. you should offer that person something in return of the sample you took because you care about the business and the business person. I don't play the sample game. I don't like flexing in the wrong places, right? So I ask you to just like grab a hold on to this phrase, charity wrapped in dignity. Dignity. Oof, that's so good. Charity wrapped in dignity. I love that. I pray that you start paying attention to these things. I didn't for a long time. And I wish I had paid attention a lot sooner. But now that I know, you would never find me in that situation again. I just wouldn't. You have a new book. Here's the deal. I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you because some of you have reached out to me. If you have a new book, if I like the content, if I like the title, if I like what you're talking about in the book, I'll buy it. If I don't, I'm going to tell you straight up, this book is not for me. It's just that simple. I'll support you. You have a new song out? Some of you have. Reach out to me. I'm like, this sucks. I don't like it. Some of you have, and you're like, this. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. You're going to be like a rock star, dude. Yeah. I'm asking you to do the same. I'm asking you to practice charity wrapped in dignity. I just can't say that enough. With that, listen, TikTok most likely is going to get shut down in US. So some of you have got a message from me in TikTok with my personal information, my cell phone number, all that stuff. If you like to use it, if you like to keep in touch, go ahead. If you don't, no big deal, right? Some of you who haven't, I'm going through all my list of followers and handpicking who I want to keep in touch and who I don't want to keep in touch. So that's how it goes. And if you like my content, you can follow me on other channels: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, Threads, LinkedIn. Let's go. And for those of you who have been with me on TikTok for a while, I appreciate you guys. If I don't see you ever again, don't hear from you ever again, I wish you well. I don't believe in luck. I wish you well. I wish that you would pursue your purpose. And the sooner you find out, the sooner you're going to waste a whole heck of a lot of time. Just listen to me. I waste a whole heck of a lot of time to get to this point. So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. Keels, what's good? And if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple of people. Let's go. And with that, I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to create an online side gig and use social media to grow it. If that is you, if you like to start something and have a side income, drop the word me in the comments, and I will get back with you after this live. I have a 7 category clip that I will share with you, a video that I've actually done because so many people have asked and dropped the word me, and it's like, okay. And then I'll send you that. You check that out. Then we talk, and we'll go from there. With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.